All right, it's hot out here on this deck, so let's get to it. What's up, YouTube? It's this guy, Jeremy McDonald. Let me hear you say it. One of your very favorite people with Parkinson's. Of course, it's Jeremy, also known as J Mac, Jeremy Mac. Let's do this thing. This guy, your very favorite bald guy with Parkinson's. That's right, he's Jeremy. I've got a ceiling fan installed on my deck. It keeps blowing my hair around. Little bald joke there. All right, by the way, if you want to get a hold of me, jmacpodcaster@gmail.com. I got something here. These are not... Check that out. Now, don't order them yet. It's going to take me about a week or so to get the Venmo set up and get them packaged up. And so, yeah, email me if you're interested, but don't send... I mean, you won't be able to send any payment. Just wait. I'll do a video when they're available. Yeah, they're cool. You like them? I've got medium, large, and extra large. I'll do a video and tell you how to order them. Probably about a week or so. Things are crazy around here. My son's getting ready to go to summer camp. My wife's got a lot of stuff. I almost said a demonetizing word. A lot of stuff going on. All right, this week's episode is going to be kind of frustrating. I had my latest MDS appointment, and I got some... Well, it's pretty much all bad news. There really was no good news. I had gained about 2 or 3 pounds, which wasn't good. My blood pressure was not heart attack level, but I was very stressed out at the time, so my blood pressure was up from the last visit. Been working on that, got a little blood pressure monitor. It's funny, after sitting on the couch and relaxing all night, it's normal, but when I go to the doctor, it just shoots up. And what else was not a good news? And I had to tell her about my decision with DBS, which she's a sweet lady. She really is. She's this very petite Indian lady, very sweet. But she didn't really have any answers for me. Not only that, but she kind of contradicted some of the research I've done over my DBS decision. The one thing that really stood out to me in my interaction, I was explaining to her as best I could because I was often kind of like slow and slurry. I said I would rather be able to talk than walk. I mean, my podcast and my camera, my videos are very important to me. By the way, you probably hear the cicadas back here. Try not to let them distract you. It's cicada season. I was going to do this inside, but my wife came home early from work. So where was I? Yeah, so I told her I'd rather be able to talk than walk, and she told me, and this is her exact words, there are not vocal side effects with DBS surgery, which I told her, I said, you're wrong, which I don't really like to get aggressive at doctor's appointments because obviously I'm there to be helped and they're trying to help me, but I said, you're wrong. I've talked to a lot of people in doing my research. I got kind of frustrated. Maybe that's when my blood pressure started shooting up. Well, that was actually after. But I said, I've talked to a lot of people, and not everyone, but there's a significant portion of them, not a insignificant portion of them that do have side effects with speaking. And I've talked to a couple of these people, I consider them friends, that have said they wouldn't do it again because of the vocal issues. I don't know how else to be more clear about the fact that it's my body, and she wasn't pressuring me by any stretch, but she was like, she said, all we got really left is medication and surgery. And I'm like, well, we've kind of tried every medication that I can afford. My insurance does not pay for much. Cinemed it does pay for, and some other things, but so what I can afford and what I'm willing to do to my body, those are the two things that I keep bumping up against. She's like, well, do you want to try this medication? I said, can I afford it? She's like, I don't know. She's like, a lot of these medications are expensive. I said, what does it do? She said, well, it'll help you with your Parkinson's. Kind of vague. For the most part, Cinemed, it does what I want it to do other than walking. I can sit, I can talk, I can laugh, I can interact and be my usual charming self. I cannot walk, and I do get dyskinetic when the pills kick in. It's pretty severe when they first kick in, but I told her, I was like, I mean, maybe I said it a little too heavy, but I said, I've kind of resolved, or not resigned, but I've resolved myself to the path that this disease is taking with me. I mean, I can't change it. I can exercise, which I do every day. Lift some weights sometimes. I do some sit-ups, some push-ups, walk, got a treadmill, do some yoga. But I cannot change this disease. I cannot muscle this disease. I can't arm wrestle it into doing what I want to do. And I've taken so many medications, and the only one that consistently really works, and it doesn't even work that great, is Cinemed. I guess the hard part for me is she wants to help me. My doctor wants to help me. All my doctors want to help me. And in her mind, medication and surgery would help. In my mind, I'm like, I've tried a dozen medications. The only one that really consistently works is Cinemed. And I'm not willing to have my brain cut open. And she said, what about focused ultrasound? And I was like, honestly, that's where they shoot the sound waves or the lasers into your brain and basically destroy the mutated cells. I was like, I'm not really up for having my brain cells destroyed. I'm doing a pretty good job at myself. Or the disease is, honestly. Not to laugh and be too glib, but it's one of the things. It's a constant bumping up against the fact that this disease has no cure and my doctor can't really help. That's the truth of it. It's not her fault. When I had another MDS, it wasn't his fault. They're doing the best they can, but I think maybe it's hard for them to wrap their mind around the fact that I wouldn't say I'm okay with things, but I'm kind of like settled with things. And I told her, I would rather fight the devil I know every day than to let a new devil in the room and have, God knows, mein Gott in Himmel. That's for you, Sven. Mein Gott in Himmel, which means my God in heaven. In German, mein Gott in Himmel. So it's just more of the same. I mean, I'm trying to be positive. What I wanted her to see, I showed her a couple of the videos I made. I said, see, this is me on. I was like, I'm happy. I get dyskinetic from time to time, kind of wiggly, but this is me. I'm happy. I'm living my best life. I love my family. I love my son. I love my wife. I've got some great in-laws. I'm talking to you, Dan, Julie, Sarah, my peeps. So, yeah, I mean, let me know what you think. Let me know what your opinion would be if you're in my situation. Well, a lot of you probably are. Are you willing to take any medication possible regardless of side effects, for the slim chance that it may help your symptoms that much? That's as much as I've ever got out of anything but Cinemed. I guess rasagiline does help my tremor a little bit. It helps me with my off time, but you've got to find peace. And I think our doctors sometimes want us to keep fighting, and I fight every day, but I'm not going to fight with a bag full of pills that I don't know what the side effects are. And for me, I'm not going to fight with wires in my brain. And for those of you, and I've got some great friends who DBS has worked wonders for. Good for you. You were willing to take the risk. I'm not. And I would be lying if I say I wasn't jealous of some of the good effects I've seen of DBS. But once again, there's always a risk, and I've seen enough of the other side that I would hate to lose my ability to talk and be entertaining, because you guys are my connection to the outside world. I love this channel. I put so much of my heart and soul into it. So leave me some comments. Once again, hold off on the t-shirts. I will make a video probably next week. Next week is when we'll probably get the chains rolling for the JMac, Parkinson's with JMac. I'll make a video next week and tell you all about how to get them and where to get them. I keep repeating myself. All right, I gotta go inside because it's getting a little toasty out here. I'm starting to sweat. This is your favorite bald guy with Parkinson saying, peace and love from the sweaty city of St. Louis.